Hey guys, this is Brian Jones from Valhalla Academy in Frankfort, Kentucky. And today we're going to do a defensive tactics series about deploying a weapon, deploying a firearm from the ground in a grappling situation. So most of the time, the grappling situation, one-on-one, you can't justify lethal force. It's just a fight. But if the person is a lot bigger than you, if you're a smaller guy or if you're a female, and the person is trained, or there are multiple assailants, it could be a disparity of force situation which you would need to shoot in order to get out. The problem a lot of people make with this is that they go to their weapons first instead of learning how to fight from the ground or protect themselves. If that happens, you can get beat up trying to go for your gun. And not only that, but you might be in a position where you can't actually draw your weapon. So that's what we're going to do here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to assume that I can't get to my firearm on my waist, whether it's appendix carry or whether it is middle of the back or hip carry. And I've got a backup piece on my ankle. So I've got a Galco ankle with a ankle holster with a blue gun in it, and I'm going to show a couple ways you can deploy that if that's either you can't get to your primary weapon or you can't, this is all you have on you because the situation dictates. Alright, first let's do from the guard. So I may get tackled and I have an opponent on top of me, right? From the guard here, the person's throwing punches. Obviously, my first order of business is to keep myself from getting knocked out. My second order of business is going to be to try to bring them in close so they're not able to hit me as effectively. Okay? So, this is just like I would do if I were fighting one-on-one in a street situation or an MMA type event. So, I'm controlling this. I've controlled his arm on this side, controlling his arm on this side. But if he's under here, it may not be feasible for me to draw a weapon because he's going to see this hand and he's going to start trying to take it away from me. So what we can do from here is the low position. I can bring this up and pull my pistol out. Okay? Now there's a couple things that could probably happen from here. He's either going to try to work his way back to a seated position so he can hit you. When he sits up, okay, you're firing from a retention position. We're not trying to extend this into him because I don't want him to grab the pistol. Okay, so we're going to kind of keep it close. Now, if he's down, he won't usually recognize that you've drawn a weapon. Okay, but if this is a deadly force situation, you can keep his head down and turn. And we've got to find a firing angle that won't put a round through him and into us. Okay, so moving your body offline and shooting into the neck or the side of the head this way so the round is likely to go there is a good option. So contact shot from the side. So I'm going to put this back up and we're going to look at the same idea from the mount. So the whole principle here is that we can't access the weapon that's on our waist, so we're going to go to our secondary weapon on our ankle. Okay, and this could be a knife as well. So some people carry knives on their ankle. So he's mounted on me, and this is even worse because I'm completely covered. So my waist is completely covered. In the guard situation, there's a slight chance you could draw from appendix carry, but from here, I can't get to anything because he's completely covering me. All right, again, first order of business, not get knocked out. Okay, so I have to block. I bring my hands up, I start to block. What I'm going to try to do is create some hip motion. I'm going to push off with one foot, and then I'm going to push him forward with my thigh on the other foot. So he's over my hips, I make him miss. All right, I'm going to close off this distance right here, so I'm going to keep him down. All right, because he's still trying to hit me in the head. I'm keeping him down. I'm going to bring my ankle up to my hand. Get my pistol out. Okay, And now again, it's about finding the right firing angle to put some rounds in him without shooting me or somebody else. So I want to keep this as close as possible because keeping it out wide gives him an opportunity to take it from me. So I can bring it in close, shoot into the abdomen here or the pelvis, okay? Or if possible, into the armpit or chest, okay? It just depends on where the person's on you at the time. So again, you just make the decision based on the situation. But basically, we're going to try to keep it as close as we can. We're not trying to reach up here and do this because then he might grab the gun and start wrestling over this, and now we're in a different situation completely. Okay? So, again, there's no 100% right answers. If you train with a blue gun while you're grappling, you're going to find out that there's ways you can deploy this, ways you can't deploy it. But the main principles are here. If you have an ankle gun, sometimes it's better to go for that than your primary carry. This has been Brian Jones from Valhalla Academy. Train smart, train hard, train often.